What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my Supreme Tarot. Hope everybody's doing well. Staying prayed up. Focus on spiritual hygiene. But let's see what the message is. It's really early. I was getting a lot of energy messages. There's somebody that had to make you seem like the problem in order to feel, or in order to make something seem justified, or in order to get out of their obligations to you. They had to make you look like the runner, make you look like you were the one that was toxic. This was supposed to, I guess, energetically like force something to be like, if everybody's saying it, it gotta be true type of deal. But that's not how spirit works. Like, that's not how it works. Like, you can't fool the universe, even if everybody puts their energy into, you know, bad. It's like somebody trying to break the universe down, like break them down and force something to be true. How you would like break down a person. If you tell somebody over and over again that they're ugly and they're unlovable, eventually they believe it, right? That's what somebody tried to do, but to the universe. And it's like, the universe is like, bitch, I'm the universe. You can't fool me. So that's what they tried to do. Yeah. To restrict somebody else getting their happily ever after. It could to make them sick, to make them worried, agitated. This could be somebody's energy and they're hiding it. This is their secret way of getting some type of something to go in their favor. So let's see here. Because somebody, it's like somebody had contracts with their name on it, like they were responsible for A, B, and C. And this could be in, the 3D or the 5D, take it how it fits. But somebody had obligations to you and they were trying to finesse their way out of it by making you seem like the problem or like they couldn't fulfill it because of you. But the truth is, they ran from their responsibility and then you did something on your own. And now this person wants to argue that, like, because they can't just come back now that they've ran. They can't just come back and try to pick up where they left off at or finally do it because now everything's changed, because things that you were supposed to do with this person, you had to work around and do in some other way by yourself. And so them trying to come back, they don't have a place to come back to, pretty much. But it's like they feel like they're still beholden to some part of this contract, or they are, but it's not something they can fix. So like, but the problem is, and the reason why it's hard for these people to let this shit go is because benefits come with, had they fulfilled those obligations, they would get such and such and such. And these people want the rewards, but they don't want to do whatever they had to do to get it. Okay. Yeah. So the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Okay. So let's see. What is this energy here? Okay, so some type of stubbornness. This could be overindulgence. What's this Nine of Cups? A lot of partying. Okay, bad memories. So someone could be drinking, okay? Or there's just a lot of bad memories, bad emotional memories, bad emotional baggage here. Six of Cups in a reverse. Somebody can't go back, okay? Three of Swords. So there's some type of hurt energy here. Yeah, truth hurt. The truth hurt somebody, all right? Because maybe you told this person the truth that, like, you just have bad memories or whatever. It's a heartbreaking truth. All right, somebody could be drinking because somebody's telling them this, or what? What else? Please keep in mind, energy can be masculine, feminine, past, present, or future. All right. Something is the final call. Five of Swords. They have to surrender. So somebody knows they have to surrender to this difficult truth. Yeah. So there's just too many. The Nine of Cups is too many bad memories. Yeah. So somebody's either got to surrender to some type of awakening energy, or they need to see something differently, or they need to surrender how they're looking at something, or it's just a final call is that, they lost. It's a difficult truth, okay? Nine of Pentacles. Somebody is not, they're going to have to let somebody, yeah, it's somebody, they're not, it's like something contractual, but it feels spiritual. And you're not there. You're not obligated to anything having to do with anything. And this, I'm getting this energy too, where it's like a karmic energy that wants to be a divine counterpart, but for the benefits. But they already ran on like line 3-C. Like they ran from it. So like everything after that, all the way down to line 179 is void because they ran at 3, you know? And I'm just like, I have to use the language that I have, okay? I don't know how else to explain it besides that. It's like you can't, abandon a child for 16 years and then come back and be like, but I'm their parent. And it's like, what the fuck were you doing for the past 16 years? You know, the other people that had to take care of this. So you wanted them to survive for 16 years by themselves? No, there were people there taking care of this person or this just child. You can't just come back and be like, well, I'm their parent and I'm moving them to fucking Minnesota. No, you're not. You gave up your rights when they were 1 or whatever the fuck. You can't step out on all of the contract and then come back for the part where you reap something. You can't. This could even be about a child, but you know, so you're not. There's no partnership here. There's no partnership. This is someone who's on their own. So this is like, if this is like a spiritual divorce, everything go to the person that held up their side of it. This is like the person who stayed for, they did their part of all the way to line, number 3. They did everything in all of the different obligated categories, right? All the way down to line 3. And that's when the other person ran. So this person here is not responsible for anything after that. And they did all the right things before that. So it's like you get whatever you were supposed to get. And they like want to argue that. And it's like, no, you can't argue that. What is the argument? What else? Yeah, this is the overseer, the King of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. This is who calls the shots about this. A contract keeper, an overseer, someone who is, putting things in motion. Yeah, this is the person that controls the destiny of this. So this is the contract keeper. They're in control. The Chariot. They control this. And they say, you bye, go ahead. You're good. And you're like, well, like this is the judge. And the judge says, you must surrender. Okay? So something is a fresh start. Something gets to Start over for somebody. Page of Wands. Damn, somebody's fresh start is rejected. Yours is beginning, theirs is, something could have been like, with this Page of Wands, it's like it comes with a message. The Page of Wands comes, they all come with messages, but um this could have been someone who submitted, a motion to whatever the fuck, in court where you're like objection, or I want to reconvene, I want to redo, I want to retrial, I want whatever. It's like, no, motion denied. Like, someone can't argue this. Like, they can't argue this. Judgment's already been called. They can't argue this. There's no argument. Motion denied. Now somebody upset. They upset because they gotta pay. It's something they gotta give back, something they owe you, something they gotta pay for, or they mad they even wasted their money, or this is just a financial nightmare. This divorce, this spiritual divorce. I mean, if something is affecting it spiritually, it's going to show up in the 3D. It's going to manifest here. So it can be reflected. If they're losing their spiritual abundance, they're going to lose their financial abundance. If that's what's connected to their finances, and something was about, if you do this spiritually, then you get this physically, then, hey. So this was someone who owed alimony, spiritual alimony. Okay. This is really over. They're worried this is really over. Knight of Pentacles. So they can't hold you back. They can't slow you down. Also, you could have been the source of their abundance. Like, they were able to channel it through you, or get it through you, or it was connected to you. Knight of Pentacles. Something is about the 3D here, and how somebody was dependent on that, or relying on something, or a reliable source of income. Motion denied. So this person can't rely on you, or it's a Queen of Pentacles that can't rely on something. It's over. Yeah. So there's a lot of regret and remorse here. Somebody's sorry for, maybe a lot of anger and resentment. Might could be crashing out, okay? Acting out, lashing out because they're upset. Because they thought they could work it out with you. The Two of Wands, they thought something would be worked out, or that something would go in their favor in this spiritual court, spiritual matter. Or this person relied on you for stability. I was going to say that this feels like somebody that was supposed to benefit off of being involved, but in a third party way. And that could even be the case here. Like, somebody relied on being a part of it, like a mistress. Like, somebody thought, I don't know if this was a counterpart to you, if they was connected to them, they would win this spiritual case, and then they would reap the benefits by being connected to the person, whatever it is, right? Somebody that wanted to tag along. and benefit off of this somehow. Because everybody thought that like they'd be able to argue this for some reason. Because the plan, like I said, the plan was to make you out to be the person that fucked it up, but they ran from their responsibility. So how? But they relied on being able to switch the energy out and make force the energy, like force the universe to like make a mistake. And that's not how the universe works. That's not it. God is perfect. God doesn't make mistakes. So how? This is very like devil energy. And that's how I know we're dealing with devil energies, because only the devil thinks that he's better than God and smarter than God and can outsmart God. But like, look at what happened to you. It's like somebody just keep, the devil want to keep arguing about this fall. It's like you fell already. You don't get to get back up here. You keep trying to argue that I made a mistake. Clearly, you've proven I didn't make a mistake because you keep trying it. This is what you fell for in the first place. So, anyway, somebody thought this would benefit their stability, or somebody really thought, there would be a reunion here with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. This is also a reunion energy. Um, celebrating a reunion. They thought, oh, I'll be able to work it out, or you'll have to come back, or it'll have to work out in my favor. It'll have to be, I'll be the one that's stable. I'll be seen and celebrated. I'll be the one that accomplishes something, and it's like, no, mm-mm. Somebody psyched themselves out here. Yeah, because they keep, yeah, again, they thought they knew. Somebody is a page. Somebody thought they could swap the message, swap the communication, swap the energy, swap the physical manifestation of it. No. This is a tower. It's like something that was hidden, something's unveiled, something is crashing down. This veil of confusion, this illusion that they thought that they could cast over the universe, over the contract keeper, over you, over the situation, anybody involved. No, it's been ripped. Whatever illusion has been completely burned away. It's like somebody putting a veil over something, and it's destroyed. Six of Pentacles. Everything's gonna have to be returned. Yep, because the sun is here. Something that they did in the shadows is burned away. The solar flares, raw energy pulling up, burning away any type of fabric, literally a veil, has been burned away by the sun, by light. And somebody tried to block this. So that the emperor would come out, so that the devil would win. And then everything would go to the emperor. This is like patriarchy, masculines being in control, you know, a patriarchal world, hiding the sacred feminine and her power and her rights, trying to have dominion and dictatorship over it. That was a veil. That was never real. But the sun has returned, dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy fucking spider needs to go into hiding. Yeah, so now there's about, yeah. So, yep, because they want to, I'm telling you, this is oppression for the Empress, the sacred feminine. The Nine of Wands with the Five of Wands is oppression. This war, I've been saying this, it's been a war on feminines. They want you to, even if you're R word, have the baby, be responsible, take away your abortion rights. They have these ideals that the mom should blah 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 and single mothers this, and it's a war, and God's sick of it. The sacred feminine was never meant to be oppressed. That was a veil. That was fake. That was some type of an illusion. Because we're really the source. It's our wombs, our capacity to carry life, bring life. We're the portal. We are the portal. You don't have shit without the feminine. You don't. Life doesn't continue. Men can't have babies. And honestly, we do need the masculines to do their part. But if you're not going to do your part, then we can't successfully do our part. You're supposed to be the provider, protector, right? That's what y'all argue to be, right? But you want to oppress the feminine, like she don't got no worth other than just being the portal. That's not fair. It's like they think we live and breathe just to serve them. It's like that's not fair. We have rights too. And until they're respected, all this shit gonna be fucked up. You're not gonna, if we say, hey, then that's the whole shit with the abortions and oh, well, I'm gonna force you. Oh, you gonna say you're not gonna have our babies until we change? Well, now we're gonna take away your rights. So if we do R word you, or happen to mistakenly get you pregnant, or you end up pregnant and you don't want to keep it, we're gonna force you to have it anyway, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. That's their argument because they feel like obligated to our wombs, what we can produce, our portals. They feel entitled to that. And if we say no, you can't have access anymore, then they get pissed off and try to oppress us and try to force us and all that. No. And it's not just men, it's women who help in this oppression. Not even understanding what they really, these bitches are brain dead. Yeah, we're the one that brings it in here. The Ten of Cups, the King of Cups. Energy is annoying. But anyway, these are the messages that I'm getting this morning is that like somebody really, it's like they want the benefits without the work. You want a woman to have your babies and be the mother of your children, but you want to treat her like shit and make her smile through it. No, because it's too hard to put a smile on her face and make sure she's taken care of. You want her to have your baby, but you don't want to help out or, contribute or be emotionally available. You just want her to have the baby and take care of it and take care of home. And it's, you know, this new breed of masculines, it's just gotten so bad. I feel like that this change had to happen. This change had to happen for everybody to see, the entire world. It's got to happen because it's like, how the fuck do you know the worth of these women and know that they're portals and know that they are what carry the life and sustain the life and then come out here and nurture the life once it's born, but you don't care about their well-being, you don't care about their happiness, you don't care about their rights, they're nothing. You just think of them as portals and that's it. They don't see us beyond that. That's it. That shit's gonna stop. It's gonna stop. And it's being shown right now who really has the power, and it's the sacred feminine. And so many people, I just said this, they're not okay with that. They're like really fucking losing their shit because the women are in control. Because they know we're too smart. We're the brains of the fucking operation here. Nobody cares if they don't like it. Let's see what else comes out, guys. Somebody thought they could hold you back from moving on. Somebody could still be trying to do that. This runner, this runner, emperor, five of swords. These masculines, they still think they could hold this back. That's not, no. They could want to return to their leadership roles and all that shit. No. They want you to come back and no. Mm-hmm. For that damn 10 of Pentacles. That wealth, that abundance that you come with. They're like, no, you gotta turn around. No, the fuck we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. Five of Wands. They want to argue about it. Oh well. There's no argument. There's no argument. They're arguing with themselves. The judgment has been called. 10 of Wands. Because they're embarrassed. They are the thing that got dropped. Okay? They didn't see that. The Wheel of Fortune. This was destined to happen. To protect something, they got to be moved out the way in order for something to move forward. They have to be the burden that's dropped. What's the Seven of Wands? All this fire energy. Yeah, Queen of Cups. To protect the Queen of Cups, to protect the sacred feminine, you shitty masculines, you got to be dropped. You are the problem. So, in order to preserve the future, preserve the sacred feminine, you got to be moved. Because they're so determined to have it their way and nothing ever changes and they can continue their oppression and their emotional oppression and not taking care of the feminine because it's fucking up the world here. You're bringing in babies that aren't taken care of. You're bringing in babies that aren't properly nurtured because the women, the mothers are not nurtured. They're oppressed. It's leaking out into the generations to come. And this is fucking up the ultimate plan of the Most High. And it's coming from people who want to oppress the feminine. So they will be moved. There is no arguing with the Most High. The Most High know she is the portal. She is the way. She is the doorway. What the fuck do you mean you're trying to oppress her? They say even Isis was able to cast spells on Ra. That shows her power. This one to come out reverse with the Ten of Cups on the bottom, Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Yeah. Whatever investment this is. What else? Page of Swords. So somebody could be analyzing what's, maybe researching this investment. Somebody could be trying to figure out what you're going to do next. What's the Nine of Cups? The Lovers. This could also be some type of too much infidelity, too much, oh, the man can have 17 wives and all that shit here. Yeah, something about different choices in love, different options, finding out what the plan is. Also think that this is about how, like, these masculines can think, oh, like, this can be my baby mama and I can still, go frolic in the garden with these infertile whores that only birth darkness. This can also talk about too much mixing of the bloodlines, too many karmic energies being born. Is something about that. I think there's too much mixing. Temperance, the moon, the Empress. True divine feminines. Everybody want to be a divine feminine. Everybody can't have that title. It's I don't make the rules. Like, somebody didn't take a leap of faith here in the past. That's the Three of Cups. Hangman. This is leaving some type of stuck energy. So any type of clog in the system, anything that was standing in the way, I believe that that's going to be alchemized. That's going to be reworked, worked out. It's something about a higher perspective, maybe a higher vibration as well. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Somebody's aware. They have the inner knowing. Somebody tried to manipulate some type of partnership here with you in the past. These masculines, something was standing in the way. Too much mixing, too much trying to put other people before divine feminine, too much, too much. What's the Eight of Wands? Some type of forward movement in love, partnerships. Yeah. So whatever stuck energy was holding something up, this would be karmic energies or third parties that wanted to tag along or whatever. Something's being rebalanced here. Somebody could know somebody's falling in love. This could be the Empress or the High Priestess. You could be falling in love with someone else, or something's going to move forward in this energy. Something's being cultivated, creation. Because someone tried to force this karmic, yeah, a karmic path. Trying to push this energy in. Too much mixing. And I think it was through these Jezebel energies. Yeah, because somebody, it's like they want something to go in a different way. It's not, and I feel like this is how it's happening because these men, like I said, with this third party energy and stuff, it's like people they want to have both worlds, and it doesn't work like that. These are karmic past life connections. Yeah, this is a war that's been going on. Six of Cups, Five of Swords. This is a fight that's been going on for too long. Too much mixing. And this is how they do it with these third parties, with these side women, with these, it's too much. You can't focus on your divine family if you got this karmic family down the street. Too much mixing. Now you got your blood in both places. Your DNA is in both places. Some people are not meant to, these energies are not meant to survive. They're not meant to be here. There's too much mixing. And this is why, like, the devil has been able to work through people and whatever because of their connection through these people that come in and be third party situations you're a third party to a divine union or a divine family. Now you got your little karmic family that you didn't mix your DNA with. Now their DNA as they move forward is in that child. So that child with their half karmic breed is going to then breed more, like, and it's too much mixing. It's time for that shit to die out. Sorry. Yeah. This is the type of war the devil's been trying to have, using people, portals, women. Karmics can give babies, have babies too. And that's what these masculines are. They mixing their divine energy in with these karmic energies. And God is like, listen, we can't have our agenda, the divine kingdom, if you got all this karmic energy in here. You're fucking it up. It's imbalanced. So it has to be rebalanced. So it's time for that energy to die out. All the mixing and the shit, it's gotta, it's gotta go. That's the message. I love y'all. Bye.